Welcome to Grumpy John's garage. In the background, I've got a paint job that I've just completed. Down the bottom here, I think it was about here, there was a dent. There was another car park dent up here, two car park dents, one going that way and one going that way. Then the back, it was around there. And then another dent here. There's a rounded swage there, that part of the wheel arch, so that's not that I've done the repair properly, that's part of it. So I think it was there. So blend the quarter, blended it here, and straight into the front wing. So I'm going to go through all the bits and pieces I've used to do this job. Starting with, this is the paint system I use. It's a Standox water-based. One of the best water-based paints out there. Perfect for matching and perfect for blending. Fantastic paint. I love using it. Then the lacquer that I use, you can see, we've actually got a sunny day. You can see out there, you can actually see the Ben Nevis, with the snow still on the top. So this is a clear coat I use. I use the Spectral Clar 525-00 and the hardener, and it's got the standard hardener. I don't use the fast hardener. Down there somewhere behind my Jeep bits, that's Jeep wheels, tyres. Down there is the 2K primer I use and the 1K primer. It's a 1K primer for metal. That's a 1K primer for metal. The 2K primer I use for plastics is that there, 3200. I use Standox, basically primers. The only other one I use is for a 2K, I've got a Spectral. It's a Spectral under 365 it's called, but I very rarely use that. I'm an aerosol man. I prefer to have my repairs so that I can aerosol them. I'm just that kind of guy. I feel that sometimes if you put 2K primer on it, you're trying to hide something, you're trying to finish it out because you can't finish it in filler. Back through. I'm thinking of doing a paint series. Basically, I've got a wing there for a customer and I'm thinking of painting it, and I'm going to show you how I prime it, prep it, how I prep it, how I prime it, how I paint it with my water-based paint. And I hear you saying, but Grumpy John, you don't have a spray booth. You'll have to wait to see how I dry it. Is it this the old thing? I wonder. You'll have to tune in and watch it, because in a place like this, the only heat I have got, sorry for moving about, the only heat I've got is my space heater. And this is my infrared light. This is a newer one, made by Stanner. Euro 2000. Brilliant light. You've got the timer and you've got the heater control for the amount of light. That is just a digital to say that it's got the voltage, what voltage it's using. And this one here, Old Faithful. This is a Cure Mate by Trisk. As you can see, it's used. I've been using this for about 20 years. Got to be maybe even more than 20 years. The garage that I started out at had it, and I eventually bought the garage, and I've had it ever since. Fantastic. I've rewired both lights from the wires out to the plug. I've rewired them already twice. That's the heat lights. You'll get to see them when I'm painting, and I'm going to paint and I'm going to lacquer. Now, I'm not talking getting paint jobs like that straight out the gun. I'm quite happy to say that I don't ever get, well, I do when it's nice and sunny and it's on my panel stand and you're able to tilt it so it's flat. You get the perfect gloss. When I had a spray booth in my last garage, never had to flatten them. The only time you ever had to flatten if there was a fly that landed on it or something like that, and you were just unlucky, you got a bit of dirt. You can see it's a beautiful job. And how I achieved that is, I'll do a polishing video as well. But I'm going to show you the tools of the trade that I use. First thing I use on any job is a 1500 with the dust extraction. Dust extraction for everything. I don't sand down, I don't DA without the dust extraction. Too much dust in the air. I know I'm getting overspray everywhere, but hate dust. So dust extraction is a must. This machine is on its way out. I've got another one up the top there. It's been refurbished, new motor. So once that one goes, I'll change it. And then I'll send that away. £240 later, I'll have a brand new machine basically. P1500, mentioned this before in my Merca video that I got the box with all the discs and pads in it. But anyway, I'm going to go through it. P1500 dry on the DA dust extraction. Then we've got this beautiful P2000 Galaxy. That's them there. They are the CS Speed. Use them dry, don't use them wet. Use them wet. Don't use them dry because they don't last. But wet are fantastic. You can see here. This is them here. Trizac. P3000 Trizacs. These are fantastic. Now, what I done on the top here, instead of flattening that down with all the other sands, I just, because it was glossy anyway, I just flattened that with the Trizac just to take the head off it. And that's the same with the front here, just to take the head off it. After I've done the Trizac, it's time to do my polishing. And what I do, I use a Ferrecola, the G360. G3 for the first one, you can see it's got the cut and the finish. The cut, what happens with this stuff here with the G3, it starts out cutting and it breaks down compared to the old G3 never used to break down, it always stayed hard and it'd be a thick paste. It'd end up being a thick paste and you'd have to spray water on it, stuff like that, just to help the cutting and to help it not clog up. This stuff here, there you go. As you can see, the pads, they're not clogged up, they're not dry. You know, this one's just about out, I need to get a new one. So this starts out cutting and it ends up as a finishing, like your old, what was the old one? You used to get the small one that you used to use with G3. I can't remember what it was. You used to get a wee bottle of finishing paste after you've used G3 and it was basically smoother stuff. But that's what this stuff does. So it starts out as basically a G3 and then it breaks down to a finish paste. And you can finish with it. I do lots of finishing, but on dark cars like this, I use the G360 super fast finish. That's it there. Brilliant stuff. This stuff here takes like halos and any swirl marks. Doesn't take scratches out, so if you've still got scratches in it, you've got to go back to your G3 and get your mop on it. So the first mop I use is this one. Now, I'm a 2x guy. When I'm doing the 1500, I only do it once. I just go over the top once, dry it off with a cloth. Then I use the 2000, I'll go over the top of that, dry it off. Using water, this water here, I dry it off, then I go over it again dry it off, I use my Trizac it once. Now I'm not going, I'm moving fast. If you stop and you stay in one position too long, if you stay in one position too long, it'll burn it. Very easily, it'll burn it. So moving about like that, I'm going to show the video of me doing it, so don't worry. And I do that twice. Do it twice with this. Sometimes this job here, it came down really, really nice because I used a fresh Trizac on it. So I only used this pad once, and then once I've done that, even though it's bulled up and it's looking beautiful, I always use this, and I always do this twice. In my wee video, I'm going to do that. This one here is just once. It's basically just to get the swirls out, that's all it is. Then I put wax on it. I use I think it's a Osma, no, can't remember the name of it. It's a trade wax I use, and I've been using it for years and years. I do use them just on black or on posh cars, really posh cars. Take the masking off this, build it back up, a couple of door handles. You're going to see a video on how to take a door handle off. Fantastic, easy. The metallic content of the blend is fantastic. There is no blotchiness. There's no shadows. Nothing. That's why I use Standox. It's a fantastic paint. I could go with the Spectral do a colour as well. You can get it cheaper. Why change it when I'm happy with the paint that I'm doing? I hope you'll tune in once I eventually do this little video. I'm quite looking forward to showing you how I paint. I know it's not a Jeep videos, but it's my garage. It's Grumpy John's garage. And this is what I do to make money to get Jeep parts. And I need more Jeep parts. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.